Hi, Tamal.
I get.
So this is the third video that we're doing about Dani and the Soul family. And I wanted to know a little about how did Dani and Nomi get along by moving from the city actually to the kibbutz, and how was their life? How did they manage
Well,
their relationship?
my father, as I mentioned, was born in a kibbutz in the lower part of the Galil, and when he was 14 or 15 years old, his parents left the kibbutz and moved to
Yes,
a little town near Haifa.
yes,
That's where I was born, actually. And when they were in high school, they met at high school. My father and my mother. He was older than her. He was already, he finished school already, but this is where they met. I don't know if they planned to. I mean, I know my father planned to come back to
living in the
to live
kibbutz.
in a kibbutz,
Yeah.
but I don't think my mother saw herself as a kibbutznik. Um, but then they saw a little ad, small ad in the paper that called young couples to come and populate the earth. I mean, settle the Galil. It was part of
From a
government,
big
yeah,
program of the government.
yeah, of bringing more Jews to the Galil,
Yes.
basically. And they saw this ad and they went to they met all the people that saw the ad. They came for a meeting and this is how it went. They went to let's say training in another kibbutz, in an old kibbutz in Genosar near the Kinneret, the Sea of Galilee.
So you have to do training before you
Yeah,
because
this is
it's new. There was
yeah.
nothing here.
Most of them came from the city. They were city folks, and now they had to learn how is it to live in a kibbutz. So they had to go for a 1 year training in a kibbutz, in another kibbutz, in an older kibbutz. This is where they learn. I mean, also for me, I was 3 years old. I used to live, you live with your parents. Now suddenly they put you in a kindergarten. I don't remember much, but it was my mother told me I didn't like it at the beginning, but I don't remember so much.
And then you, from Genosar, you moved to the kibbutz.
And then after a year,
how did they manage Dani and Nomi, your father and mother? Did they get along? Did they like living in the kibbutz at the few years in the beginning? I'm talking about.
I know my father. I know my father liked it. My mom, I'm not so sure. I was very young, but actually we didn't talk about it. I mean, me and my mother. But I think after a short while, I mean, after that, they got used to it. They got
Yes.
used to it. My father was really,
Into it.
yeah, into it. He was home. He was home. You could see it straight away. My
And-
mom, yeah, she learned how to live with it.
That's nice. So after that, your father actually got injured again, right? After
Well,
a few years.
well, no, it was he suffered from post-traumatic disorder. This is how we call it, PTSD.
I think so.
Yeah. He short while after we came here, he suffered from a post-traumatic disorder and was hospitalized for a few months. I was very young, so I don't remember much of it because he was injured twice.
Yeah, I'm talking about the second one. Yeah.
No, the first one was 6 days war. The second
Yeah.
one was Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur. That's right.
Yeah, that was before they came here.
Yes.
But then several years after that, it all came back, and he kind of
Yeah.
flipped out for a short period, but then came back. It took, yeah, it was a process of a year, I think, till he got back
Yes.
He-
Got back
his
to
old
himself.
self. But since then, he didn't look back after that, I think.
That's right. Yes, and so he proceeded as working in the orchards,
Yeah.
then working in dairy farm, and then you had more brothers and sisters. You have how many?
I have one brother, which now is a religious guy living in Jerusalem with 10 kids and two younger sisters.
That are not living right now in the kibbutz.
Yeah, and I'm the only one who came back
Yes.
a few years ago to live here. To, I think, unintentionally giving my son the opportunity to
Yes.
experience what I experienced when my father brought me here.
Yeah,
And,
so actually, it's
yeah.
great having kids in the kibbutz.
Yeah, I think for kids it's
Tell me one example before we finish. One example of what makes the children a kibbutznik. Like one thing that makes you a kibbutznik in a
stealing
kibbutz.
from the stealing from the
From the dining room.
from the dining room.
Going inside the dining room drinking
Yeah,
juice.
while drinking alcohol at
Alcohol.
a very young age.
Yes. So that's one example that maybe we should have talked about, but never mind.
Yeah, maybe you should cut that. Yeah.
So we're gonna in the next video we're gonna talk about more things about how I was raising up in kibbutz. So thank you very much.